Let's take a look at SpectraLayers 7 File Import and Graphical Representation. Under File, Open, I will first open a stereo file. And under Display on the upper right corner, I will activate Composite View to give it a color scheme. We can choose different color scheme. Now you can see a waveform selection here, as well as a spectral data. Now the waveforms show you the sound amplitude in a time domain, and the spectral data show you the sound frequencies in a time domain. You can adjust how much you want to see from the waveform versus spectral data, or you can equally display the two by just clicking on this little arrow here. You can see the timeline on top here. If I right-click on it, I can set the timeline to samples, decimals, seconds, beat, frame, or pixel. Let's go with seconds. So the timeline will give you the time, and on the right here you can see the amplitude for the waveform and the frequencies for the spectral data. Now if I collapse the waveform and just look at the spectral data, you can see when I move the mouse up and down, on the upper right corner you can see the position in seconds, and you can see which frequency I'm pointing at. So you have an overall display on the right here, but you also have a precise display on the upper right corner, which gives you the exact position in the timeline as well as exact frequency. Now let's look at a different file. Let's go with a 5.1 file here. As you can see, it will display all 5 tracks with 2 sections, the waveform sections and a spectral data section. Now if I activate Composite View, I can give it a color scheme also. And finally, let's open a 9.1 bed from a Dolby Atmos project here. Now, SpectraLayers 7 support up to 7.1 configuration. So in this case, I will need to remix. And see if I click yes, I get a channel remixer, which allows you to adjust your input channels from a 9.1 configuration to a 7.1 configuration on top here. Once you're happy with the percentage, you can click OK, and it will open this 9.1 bed mix to a 7.1 mix. And if I click on Composite View, here again, I can give it a color scheme, give it a little bit more contrast, and open both the waveform and the spectral data for each track.